What up, world? It's Eternal Authenticity, broadcasting live out here in nature at the park. You know, getting in that good air, that good sunshine, honestly. Like for me to be able to naturally smile like that, in tune, in sync, in resonance, is a big step. A big step than once before because for a long time I've been asleep. A long time this world has been asleep, and a lot of it is present tense, asleep. So I share these vibes as awakening vibes, as messages, as guidance, from my unique vessel that I have to share to you. That's simple. So, anyways, I'm doing a video about honestly what all is good for your health, how to contribute in an uplifting, progressive way to your life. So, number one, first and foremost, is this at least making sure you get almost, at least if you get 30 minutes to an hour a day outside in nature, forest, jungle, park, desert, beach, mountains, whatever, something for at least a little bit. So you're able to meditate, reflect, relax, rewind, be you, be in your world. The next thing, consider a plant-based lifestyle. And this is what they call vegans, alkaline. Is where we're consuming just plants, plant products, vegetables, fruits, spices, nuts, grains, herbs, leafy greens. You know what I'm saying? Nothing from an animal. No eggs, no milk from a cow, no meats, no fish, none of that at all. It's just natural. And at first, you may be like, wow, that's so hard. How do you do that? Well, actually, it's not really hard, to be honest. Like, you just regain your power with it. Like, you pick up on it, to be honest, because slowly but surely, you'll remember. You know what I'm saying? You'll pick up on things. All those times if you've ever been out hiking or out in the forest or the woods, or something like that. Those type of vibes. When you had trail mix, some blueberry stuff like that, and you felt real cool. You felt very lighthearted. You felt very connected. That's the same feeling you're gonna start getting when you start getting back into being vegan. And it's like it helps harmonize your body's synthesis, your mind and heart connection. That's what it's done for me. That's what it's doing. And I can still feel like I'm still healing, It's getting better. It's just, I remember I'm overcoming a lot of drainage and like mucus and just blockages, especially within my head, like inflammation. You know what I'm saying? It's for real stuff. Like, I don't want to believe it, but it's for real. Like, it's a process, like every 35 days, our bodies produce new cells based on the foods that we eat. So, like, just imagine being consistent with this new lifestyle change for, you know, a month, a year, 2 years, 3 years, and so on. You're constantly going to be renewing yourself. You're constantly going to be growing to new levels, repairing your DNA, transforming yourself. So that's why it's honestly a passion, because it's self-discovery. And like, the further and further you go, you get so-called spiritual downloads or whatever, that help you to remember who you are, outside of this matrix world, it gets you closer to your own world finally, because for so long you're so used to consuming so much from strangers, family, jobs, teachers, etc., TV, the music, all this stuff going on, and you realize, hey, it's time for me to produce. It's time for me to speak up. It's time for me to be heard. I have a valid voice. Am I just always just supposed to be listening and like, just absorbing and consuming 24/7? No, especially when you look at the long run. So it's bound to happen. Those who are actually truly have common sense, you realize, hey, there's no way you're just gonna settle for mediocrity, and that's the point I'm making. When you transcend to a new level, and it's always bunches of levels. I'm just saying to like a new level of stability, of consciousness, whatever you want to call it, like that. That's what I'm speaking of, and I just love this whole transformative process because I have tangible results of my transformation, you know, and it gives life meaning when we actually return to who we are, you know. I mean, things happen for a reason, truly. So, like, being able to surrender to it and just be in love with the process is what I've been understanding, realizing, and doing. You know what I mean? Because, like, everybody has a different path, role, whatever you want to say, purpose. And, like, it's funny, the more and more I've been getting better at being alone with myself, the more and more quiet my mind becomes to organize thoughts and words and just simple actions for the day, because it's a lot going on. And then, when you start waking up, you're like, hey, okay, it's either some people have scattered out, some people have fallen off the face of the earth, some people are just relocating and maybe hiding or inside or in different areas, and like you start realizing, hey, I'm worthy to travel. I'm worthy to go to all the countries in the world. I'm worthy to be in anybody's presence. You know, we don't let this social media stuff, social status, dictate anything. I'm able to speak to anyone. I'm able and I'm worthy to be in anyone's presence. And that's something I'm grateful to be understanding, because, like, for a long time, maybe you're in schools, this and that, and there may be a lot of stereotypes going on. There may be a lot of mischief, gossip, even just nosiness, assumptions, whatever. And there may be a bunch of programs over, like, superior, inferior,